I'm Rob, and I keep my flow hive in the northern suburbs of Melbourne in Glenroy. I think a friend of mine came over and he keeps bees. He's kept bees for about 3 years. And he said to me, oh, you've got the perfect place here. That planted the seed there and then, and that was like, oh, yeah, that's something me and my neighbour could do together. So we kind of started talking about it. I mean, from then on, we just sort of looked into it and just sort of figured things out. We talked to the council, we talked to our neighbours, and there was no objection, there was no drama. From then on, we just sort of registered, found someone who would sell us some hives ready to go, got the hives, set them up, and then from then on it snowballed. I've done a course, and Flow Hive came along, and next thing I've got a Flow Hive. So, yeah. My experience with the Flow Hive is pretty good. I mean, I love the concept. My bees, on the other hand, they haven't quite taken to it and filled it yet, but there's a lot of competition from the other 3 hives that we've got. So we'll see next season. I think the favourite part is just, you know, every 2 weeks we go and check the bees, and you just never know what you're going to find. You just want to look in there and have a little look. It's just interacting with them and standing and watching them do their thing. Once you've studied up a little bit and you've seen what to look for, and there's these little signs that they do, and you just go, oh, that's that. That means that. So they're just little things that they do, from the waggle dance to the gatekeeping duty of the guards there, and then the other little flights and things that they do. And you can just stand there and watch them, and you see something new every day. Probably getting stung and finding out that I was allergic to bees was probably quite memorable. It's like a turning point in me keeping bees. So yeah, I found out I was allergic to bees, and then ended up in hospital, which is not great. But then I knew that there was a course I could take which would basically desensitize me and stop me having an anaphylactic reaction to it. So I've taken that, and since then I've been fine. Once a month I visited my doctor. He gives me an injection. It's not a problem. So these things can be overcome. If you're starting out first time keeping bees, you'll always find there's little struggles and little things. If you persevere, you know, it is rewarding. It's ultimately rewarding. Having your own honey on your toast on your breakfast in the morning is fantastic. There's nothing like it.
How cool was that? We've got lots of sweet stories coming up each week, so if you want to be up to date, hit the subscribe button below.